Hello YouTube, I'm Whitesushi and today I'm back with the patch preview for patch 1.0.3, which is the launch week tower balance patch. So as always, I'll be going through the entire patch preview notes and sharing some of my thoughts on these changes that are coming. Also, you guys might find some interesting things that I say that's worth picking up because I always tend to like share my own insights on this kind of stuff. But without further ado, let's just get right down to it, shall we? Just gonna scroll down here. So simply as always, Trendy telling us that they have been working on a lot of fixes. Alright, no, this is in every patch note. This whole entire section here is kind of in every patch note, although they phrase it differently every time, but it's fine. Alright, moving down, there's gonna be some free stuff, free defender medals, exclusive pets, some cosmetic items. This is really nice, you know. Free stuff is always good, right? Can't really miss on the free stuff. But what's interesting is that they're doing two double gold weekend events when the patch comes out. So I guess we'll be grinding away at some of those gold, which we no people like me don't really need, but I can see new players actually benefiting a lot from this. I will also be streaming on some of these weekends to carry some of my viewers through KL7, and then we can like farm some gold together. Alright. Xbox One crash fixes. I heard there's a lot of crash on Xbox that's preventing players from continuing their games and keeping a win streak. So this will be a huge help for them. I don't really play on the Xbox One myself, but I guess this has been a good update. Alright, so then we have the loot drop update. This section basically tells you that Trendy is now bumping up the stats on the items, like larger power increases. And also there's a chance for a super drop, you know. It's just gonna make progression a bit faster. But to me, this whole thing here just feels like Trendy not really tackling the real problem with progression. Like it wasn't a case where people couldn't progress. It was more of a case that people didn't really know how to progress, and they find they were taking way too long because they were like evenly distributing all the drops across all the characters, which means most of these players did not have a single character that was like way stronger than the rest. And you know that resulted in them progressing slower. Not so much of the I get items that don't really drop with good stats, and because I don't really get good stats, I don't progress fast. So it's kind of like the Trendy not understanding the problem and trying to tackle it. But anyway, good update. Nevertheless, it's gonna help, although it didn't really help in the way that most players were having trouble with anyway. Alright, so moving down, this is interesting. 4 more Chaos Trials map. Let me just go over all these 4 maps. Firstly, Little Horn Valley. This map is gonna be a pain in the ass, simply because there's a total of like what 5 lanes, 5 lanes with like three air lanes. So it's gonna be like a Nimbus Ridge, a mini Nimbus Ridge rather. And if you guys look on the right side, east side valve, it's actually be in between 2 lanes. And on KL7, EMP combos are more than likely going to kill it. So you either have to push a kill zone really close to spawn for your southeast lane, or you're just gonna have to let the east valve die. So that's for my analysis for Little Horn Valley. Moving on, Assault on Throne Room. This map has very little defense unit for the amount of lanes you are required to cover. So if you want to defend it perfectly, you have to cover like what 6 lanes. It's gonna be really challenging to do an aggressive build on this map simply because 6 lanes not enough defense units and it's very likely they're gonna lose something somewhere. So for this map, it's gonna be interesting definitely. My guess is that you could technically just push for an aggressive build if you wanna like save time, but highly not recommended. Like even if you build aggressively, you still have a very high chance to lose your sub objectives to the EMP kobolds. So defensive builds are gonna be I guess. Still, I just don't like this map basically. Alright, moving on, Barry, but still, this is a really easy map. As long as you know what's going on, you can't mess this up simply because of the amount of defense units you have available, and there's not even that much lanes. you kind of just have to build like self-sustainable builds that you don't really have to move around in. You know, you don't have to support the lane if it breaks. Because if a lane breaks and it's one of those lanes that are like really far away from you, you're probably not gonna be able to save it. So just build safety, use up all your DU, and you should be fine. This map is gonna be annoying as well, simply because of the fact that it's big. It's gonna take a long time to build, and if you're wasting more time on building, your efficiency for farming these maps are gonna decrease. Alright, last but not least, we have the Dead Road. This map is again interesting. One interesting thing I would like to say for this map at least is that in the middle lane where skeletons usually only spawn, I wonder if there's gonna be EMP kobolds, because if there's gonna be EMP kobold, that's a little bit annoying to defend the middle. Otherwise, this will probably be like the easiest map out of the four maps that were introduced to the Chaos 7 Trials. But anyway guys, once the patch is live, I will be testing out builds on these maps and trying to figure out what works best. So you know, check out my YouTube channel frequently to see if I update with all these builds if you guys are curious. But first, I'm gonna test out character stuff, character damage, tower damage. Gonna review the towers. So videos for like specific map builds might be a little bit slower on that part. But anyway, let's move down. What's called collision and range indicator updates? So basically, every wall is bigger. Spike blockade originally could block most of the lanes already, so this is gonna be pretty insane. Basically just use spike blockades and enemies are not gonna be getting past. Training dummies aren't gonna overtake spike blockades with a 80% larger radius since spike blockade got 37. Arcane barrier is bigger, but I believe that this 66% simply matches the 37%. Because arcane barriers used to be smaller than spike blockade, so that's kind of like the same size now. More of the Ember Drake. Most of people did not have trouble with more of the Ember Drake simply because it was so big already. This tower was less used. This tower was like way less used simply because of how expensive it is. You might as well just do two wars. You know, Viper's fan collision volume is the 11%, so this is huge actually. If this 11% of the Viper's fan is able to stop Lady Ox completely, in the sense that Lady Ox are no longer able to leech past your walls, so called, you will bump Viper's fans up to overtake spike blockades on the tier list. That's the only thing I see happening. And then now we have the Colossus. This is not relevant. People don't really use this. Like Colossus have other problems. There's not the range thing. And they have also range indicators on blockades. Yep, I believe range indicators on traps as well. So these are just quality of life improvements. Nothing to say here. Minimap improvements as well. So now, as you guys can see from this image on the right, not sure if you guys can see it clearly, but towers that are losing health will be like yellow, and then with less health will be like orange and stuff. I believe if he dies or something, or is about to die, will be red, and then if he dies, it will be black. Yep. Quality of life changes. Alright, so we are moving on to the bulk of this whole update, which is the balance updates to towers. Firstly, they're gonna buff their fixed target towers, which is like cannonballs, harpies, earth shatter. So this is nice, you know, you're gonna get more damage. Nothing really to say here. Harpy's Perch is gonna be viable definitely. Earth Shatter Tower will be insane because there's actually another change down here that's gonna buff them further in a way. So it's Earth Shatter is just gonna be really good, I think. Because it's not too bad right now. And we're gonna see how the patch pans out. Cannonball Tower is very interesting. I will go through Cannonball Towers later on in the bottom area. Alright, so Earth Shatter Lightning Strikes, I don't think Lightning Strikes is gonna get some love. You know, improving the attack rate by like 1 second is not gonna help Lightning Strikes Aura that much since it's like a single target tower anyway. Probably not gonna overtake Flame Auras. People might drop it like one of it in front of your walls just to fight bosses and stuff, but really don't really see it played. I could see like combos with geysers, you know, just wet enemies and then just electrocute them. Even so, it seems too tedious, but you know, could see some work. And then we have expensive towers like Blaze Balloons. I like how they only mention blaze balloons. Can you imagine? Like all these three paragraphs are Earth Shadow kind of just split three. Anyway, blaze balloon is getting a buff. They did not really mention any other towers. I wonder if they're gonna change Nimbus Clouds, but for what's worth, blaze balloons might see some play now. I mean, blaze balloons have always been alright, just not top tier. So I might see myself playing blaze balloon. Like it might be on the same tier as flame auras, if the DU cost is relevant. Alright, so going down, swapping shards to temporarily increase max nodes. Okay, so they finally fixed the node increase bug. And actually I have another video sometime back that I just showed you guys that you don't really have to use node increase. Node increase makes the build stronger, but it's something that's kind of redundant. You just make it, you just build it that way and just fall asleep kind of thing. The better option will always to be just drop weapon mans and flame auras to supplement the missing nodes, so called. So this is not gonna be a huge change, but since Trendy is nerfing weapon manufacturers, um, I don't think anyone is gonna use it anymore. To be honest, we're gonna see how the nerf pans out. But knowing Trendy and their past nerfs, it's likely that it becomes unviable. Alright, so they made some updates to the shader combo effect. And I've not seen anyone do this, to be completely honest. Like not in my public games at least. And I just don't get why Trendy wants to nerf this. This wasn't popular enough, or rather, this I don't think this was strong enough that everyone was using it. It was just pretty much for chasing bosses most of the time, since most of the other enemies died to other towers as well. Anyway, it's like people finally discover a combo setup for the towers, and then Trendy is like, no, we do not want combos to be strong, so we're gonna nerf this. And this is questionable, but okay. And finally, we're down to weapon manufacturers and poison darts, which Trendy will be nerfing. Alright, so I'm going to talk about this very interesting thing between nerfing towers and buffing others. So firstly, I would like to just address that the poison dart tower, as well as the cannonball tower, which I mentioned earlier on, do about the same damage per second on a single target. So this is tested. They do about the same damage, and I've seen a lot of people step forward after the patch preview was released. People saying that buffing Cannonball Towers is going to make them too strong, while nerfing Poison Dart Tower is going to make them too weak. And I would just like to say that that is not the case, because Cannonball Towers all along has been a single target tower, and Poison Dart is always the AoE. I mean, Poison Dart does not seem like an area damage, but when the Poison Dart Tower shoots, each arrow is projectile on its own, and the moment each of these arrows tags onto the enemy gets poisoned, right? So PDTs always had this minor AoE thing going for them. So even though now Cannonball Tower may seem like it's gonna have like absolutely higher damage on dummies, while Poison Dart Tower is gonna be absolutely lower, PDTs might still be able to contend for the top spot. Might. So this is gonna be interesting. And then moving down, hope these changes will improve diversity and flexibility. Obelisk. Obelisk guys. But anyway, I don't think this is gonna improve diversity, because Trendy is not really fixing the issue here. When Trendy nerf one tower and buff some other tower, at the end of the day, they're just gonna realize that. So for example, now instead of doing like a weapon manufacturer with a poison dart tower build, I will just switch to flame auras, which is not nerfed in a way, and run cannonballs for example, because cannonballs are getting buffed. This is one thing that Trendy doesn't realize, that whenever they do this kind of balance changes, people are not gonna be using multiple towers. People are just gonna switch to the immediate next overpowered tower, which I foresee will be Flame Auras, and Cannonballs. Flame Auras are not really getting any changes, and Cannonballs are kind of getting buffed. So instead of WMs and PDTs, it's just gonna be like Flame Auras, Cannonballs. Who knows? People might even play Earth Shadows with Flame Auras. Gonna have to see how the patch pans out, but I wouldn't call this diversity. It's basically forcing players to do another build that's gonna end up the same way after like a few weeks. Alright, so moving down, optimization improvements. Alright, so this is like the biggest piece of update for me at least as a Twitch streamer. Frame rate has been terrible while I try to stream this game, but then again my PC isn't too good. But anyway, performance improvements are huge for me. I'm not sure if this impacts you guys as much, but wow, this is freaking amazing. You guys are gonna see like some higher quality Dungeon Defender 2 gameplay on my Twitch channel. Alright, moving down. Inventory UI and shard icons too. So there's gonna be more icons, that's nice. This thing used to be there and then they removed it somehow and then now it's back. It's okay. Highlights new items. So this is gonna be interesting. It's gonna show up for shards. So every time I get a new shard, I won't accidentally sell a shard. So people don't have to like look through their inventory and see, oh I already have this shard, you know. Do I already have this shard? Do I sell this or is this something I already have? Because most of the towers you're only keeping one shard for each. So this is huge. This is huge for new players, although not right now for me, I already have like most of the shards, or rather all of the shards. So I'll be really surprised if something actually pops up, but anyway, this is a good change. This is a pointless change. People know where to equip their stuff, but interesting change nonetheless. And number of weapons a hero. I have no idea why people were confused about this, but apparently they were. I had a lot of people asking me about how shields calculate for gear score. Is it like a weapon? Is it like a armor or something? And what slot do they key in on the Google spreadsheets? So people were actually confused about this. If you guys are wondering, so I guess this is a nice change. And question: a shield actually has the exact same. You key in the value on the weapon slot basically. So disable controller vibration. I have not actually played with a controller for a while on the PC. So nice change, I guess. Game browser UI changes. I have no idea. Like this is another controller change. So I have no idea how it's gonna improve the game, but okay, that's nice. Then VSync. I have no idea what this is for the Xbox as well. Controller date zone. You know, good stuff for the controllers. I might see myself trying out the controllers more. Nice. Last but not least, bug fixes. So this is finally fixed. For the longest time, it was only available on Xbox. I'm not so sure about PS4, but I was definitely sure that it was broken on the PC. So this is fixed. I guess some like minimum ascension troll games. But anyway, and this auto collect bug is actually for the Xbox, I believe. So PC players who don't really know what this are talking about, don't fret. It's for the Xbox. But anyway, guys, I think I've reached the end of the post. So once again, thank all you guys for watching. Hope you guys understand, or rather understood what I said this entire time. If you guys look at the description section, there's gonna be a few useful links. Firstly, it's gonna be the link to this update. Secondly, there's gonna be my all-in-one guide, which is on a Google spreadsheet. I get like 40 plus people viewing it at any point of time. That is insane. 40 people watching my spreadsheet, and I don't even get as many people watching my live stream. But anyway, just saying, it's actually really helpful. Once the patch hits, I'll be updating some of the information there, including tower damage tier list, hero damage tier list if there's any changes, as well as just provide a few guides here and there for the new maps. But anyway, if you guys if you guys like my content, give this video a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also check me out over at twitch.tv/Whitesushi. Link will be down in the description as well. So I'll see you guys either in my next video or at my live stream, which will be in about, gosh, I can't calculate, 2.5 hours.